Welcome back to Revolving Sports. Today we're going to be joined once more by Arizona's 98.7's very own Sammy Tsabolka, the leading sports talk show out there in the Valley. This episode is all about fantasy football, particularly we're going to be playing a game, would you rather, this player or this player? Plus, the all-important conversation about rookies, rookie gems, rookie sleepers, guys that you should be targeting in your leagues, early rounds and late rounds. I can't wait. Let's hop right into things. We will go by position here, and we're going to compare players with roughly similar ADPs. So the first one, Brian Thomas or CD?
Oh, okay. That's a great question, man. I do think it's still CD. I think with the addition of George Pickens, it's going to be a feast for Dak and CD. You have to pay attention to Pickens on the other side or wherever he is. For some reason, man, I just trust the Dallas offense more than I trust Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence.
The thing about the Jags and Cone uses his slot more than any other coach, not only in football right now, but really of the recent past. When Thomas was in the slot last year, he averaged 3.1 yards per route, which led football. Basically, every time he was in the slot, for every route he ran, he ended up with the most yards.
Damn.
Thomas is firmly in that could be wide receiver one by the end of this year. Christian McCaffrey or our boy Bucky Irving?
I'm ideally getting both in my drafts. I'm going to say I'd rather have Christian McCaffrey from a standpoint of I'm getting, when healthy, the best player in fantasy football. I don't think it's very close. We've seen he is a number one running back and he's a wide receiver one.
The problem with Christian, when he has an injury plagued year,
yeah,
it's not like he'll miss 4 games. He'll miss 12 games. Like he's had multiple seasons where he gets hurt once, he's out.
So that's why if I'm at 7 and I'm taking CMC, I'm treating the rest of the draft like I just started. I think we both agree that Bucky has high end RB1 potential.
Yeah, Bucky is, to me, he's actually a better move than Christian is this year, bar none. That sounds nuts, but Tampa Bay returns a really good offensive line from last year. Bucky led the league last year in yards after contact. He led the league in also yards after contact per route ran. And Tampa Bay targets their running backs over the last 3 years more than any other team has. Bucky could just be a top 5 talent who at the home stretch of last year got 70% of the touches. When Rachaad White was healthy, like Bucky could be a PPR running back one by the end of this year, and that's not a stretch.
So let me ask you, let me ask you this real quick because I'd consider doing it. Like Achane is sitting there at the 12. Would you rather have Devon Achane and Bucky Irving or CMC and Bucky Irving?
Achane because he has fresher legs and it's a very comparable system. And I would say that Tyreek Hill is going to be hurt. Tyreek Hill will have off-field stuff. Like Hill's not playing a full 17. This next one,
okay, yeah, go for it.
Is for the first pick.
So it's Jamar or Bijan.
Yep. Right now, I would go with B-Rob, but I want to hear your case first.
So I would also take Bijan. I'm targeting early running backs. My cutoff for me, man, after tier 2, there's a big drop off from Kyron James Cook to Kenneth Walker, Kamara, Chuba, James Conner. In my opinion, I'm getting running backs early. And if I can get 2 top 7 running backs, I feel really, really comfortable about my drafts. And where you're at, dude, you're going to take Bijan and then you have to wait a long time. If you go wide receiver there, everybody's going to be passed. Running back 1 being Kyron Williams or James Cook, and you have to ask yourself if you feel comfortable with that. So I
think that's more of the conventional mindset. I'm not touching an older back. I just have this rule. I just don't touch older backs unless it's a can't miss. Like how is he on the board still? I would go Hampton, and I would probably go.
This is if you drafted Jamar Chase.
Yeah, so then I'd probably go receiver, but
and then you're talking about your RB2 being the likes of Aaron Jones, Tony Pollard, RJ Harvey we like, but there's a lot of speculation on how much is he actually going to play for Sean Payton. That's a big risk being your RB2. I know we both think eventually he'll be able to get there.
Well, so Harvey is getting first team reps. So I think I was right in the sense that it was just kind of Sean Payton mind games. I think he was trying to convince him to maybe do something better. But
Yes.
he's not a fifth string back and he's not a third string back. If you could bite the bullet with Scat, if you could wait a few weeks with Scat worst case is the short yardage back and he's the third down back. Where do fantasy running backs get most of their points? Touchdowns,
And
receptions.
receptions, sure.
At worst, he's David Montgomery. At best,
I like that.
he's their workhorse, which I think he will because he's that much better. See, when we talk about players, we lose sight about the most important thing. How good are they? It is football, folks. The best player plays. With that being said, I would go B-Rob as well. He's just a can't-miss guy, and there's just too much depth out wide, even with rookies, that you can't pass him up at one. So, the next one I wanted to bring up, Tyreek Hill or DJ Moore.
Okay, for me, it's still pretty easy. I've been mocking a lot, and I've been taking Tyreek Hill a lot. How could he have played all 17 games last year and seen that production? If healthy, Tua, Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, and Tyreek Hill can still scare a lot of people on the offensive side of the football. And I think his upside is a lot higher than DJ Moore's.
You know, it's funny because I have the opposite take. I think Moore has a higher ceiling. First of all, there's been an oblique problem with Hill that's been happening for about 2.5 years now. Second thing is he's a speed guy who's declining in health, but he doesn't run that great of routes. I think he's a very high floor wide receiver too. You can feel comfortable if you get, let's say, a chase in round one and you just want a surefire 15 points. I'd take Hill. The thing with Moore, it's beyond the Amon-Ra usage in the slot. Ben Johnson creatively finds ways to get his best player the football. Make no mistake about it. DJ Moore is the best weapon on the Bears. You know, a weird stat with Moore. He's never had the same QB 2 years straight since his rookie year. And he's never had that great of an offensive coach, offensive line. I just think people, again, sleep on his talent. I think Moore has top 10 fantasy receiver potential. So I would go more there.
Let me give you just a quick one. Juwan Jennings or Deebo Samuel?
Samuel.
See, okay, I just drafted Juwan. I think Juwan Jennings showed a lot last year when Ayuk was down, when Deebo was down, and Brock Purdy seems to have like a real good chemistry and comfort level with him. And especially with Ayuk being out, it's clear that until Ayuk comes back, I believe Juwan Jennings will be the number one receiver there.
I have a group of wide receiver twos that are going to be kind of stockpiled in round 5 that you're going to lose sleep on who you should pick. Zay Flowers, Cortland Sutton, George Pickens, Waddle.
Mine's pretty clear. The number one guy in this is Cortland Sutton. I think you don't sign that contract without assurance that the ball's coming your way and I'm going to be the number one receiver for a year 2 quarterback. I think I'd go Waddle second. There is some uncertainty with this Tyreek Hill. Potentially, if Tyreek Hill is gone, Jalen Waddle immediately becomes a top 12 receiver.
Waddle should be like a round 4 pick.
Hill's days are numbered.
Well, yeah, and especially if the Dolphins blow it up, Tua's gone, we'll probably trade Waddle to a contender with a great quarterback. That's what you have to think about too.
And then, dude,
you got Zay 3?
No, man. I think it's got to be Pickens, bro. And
that surprises me.
He has Dak now, and across the field, he has arguably one of the best receivers in the game that most of the defense is going to have to pay attention to. So Pickens is going to get and see a lot of one-on-one. He is very good, and Dak's going to be looking that way a lot.
Let's talk about some rookie sleepers.
Dude, like Tyler Warren's going to be awesome.
And you know who's been their number one guy in camp?
Tyler Warren.
Quarterback proof.
Yeah, exactly. He's a complete tight end.
Well, dude, and People don't realize, I think, how difficult it is as a tight end in college football in the Big Ten to catch for 1,200 plus yards, especially when you're the only weapon on your team. Watching Penn State last year was the ultimate joy because it was like, wait, he just did what?
Yes.
Wait, Warren just caught for like 200 yards against USC and ran for 50 and threw for 50. Like players
Dude,
like this
he's crazy.
just don't grow on trees, and it's the type of natural talent that always transfers.
Yeah. I
But
have another guy too, but you can go first.
guys, Torrey Horton, so he caught for 1,100 plus yards 2 straight years at CSU, lowly school, Mountain West team. Torrey Horton is a round one talent who's been on fire during camp.
Dude,
He's wide receiver
fire.
3 form right now, and Cooper Kupp is going to miss time. Horton is going to end up as their deep threat from day one, and Clint is a deep play action pass OC. Horton, you can wait until probably the second to last round, and you're
Easy.
potentially going to get a wide receiver 2 maybe halfway through this year. Horton could be a deep cut league winner.
Terrence Ferguson.
70 cut, man. This
the
is
tight end.
cuts.
The tight end for the Rams. Do you know who the Rams starting tight end is? I don't.
The reason why this is such an incredible shout, the Rams traded back into round 2. They didn't draft anyone in round 1, and they drafted Terrence with their first draft pick last year. That matters. They targeted him specifically. Sean McVay uses tight ends. Ferguson may be the most fluid athlete for a tight end in a historic class, pound for pound. Golden.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing, Sammy, for teams to hype up their young players, maybe overinflate things.
Mm-hmm.
There's Justin Jefferson comps
Wow,
coming out
dude.
of Green Bay camp. They don't just say things like that.
No, they
That's
don't,
beyond.
bro. Dude, have you heard the camp reports on how awesome Emeka Ibuka has been? Like, they're saying like Chris Godwin, take your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coming back.
Yeah.
Because he's been that good. When people say that, no one's surprised. And B, everyone's like, yeah, makes total sense.
Jadon Blue. We have to bring him up.
The bit, yeah, you're high.
He is electric, folks. He is Devon Achane light, but it might not even be that light. Freakishly quick feet. His burst is A+. His hands are great. Like, he made contested catches as the third down back out of Texas's backfield last year. And he's obviously in a running back room that sucks. And he's with a team that's going to throw the ball 35 times. Dak likes checkdowns. Blue is a no-brainer, like round 9, round 10.
Taj Brooks or Woody Marks, because what's going on with Joe Mixon? Nick Chubb's not getting any run.
Dude,
Woody Marks is sitting right there for the Texans to be like, hey, get the ball, kid. And then on the flip side, you know how many snaps Chase Brown logged last year? Let me tell you, it was a lot. It was
the most
90 plus usage rate, 94 plus snap share. And Taj Brooks is the RB2 in Cincy. And if people are that high on Chase Brown, not enough people are taking Taj Brooks as the backup.
Brooks at Texas Tech was one of the best running backs in college football for 2 straight years. The thing about running backs for young players, running backs with a ton of production at school almost never fail. Like elite college backs always, for the most part, perform well. So, yeah, Brooks is a great cut.